I'm Scott Mentzer. I'm running as a Republican for the 4th District of Bluffton Common Council. Today we're going to be talking about my FLIP initiative, fixing, listening, investing, and producing. So let's dive right into it. Fixing. The minimum we should expect out of our city council is to be able to fix problems that occur. And typically, those problems are related to the infrastructure of our city. And unfortunately, what's all too common in government is waiting for a crisis to occur, waiting for something to physically break down, waiting for the capacity of something to no longer be sufficient to meet our community needs and standards, and then forcing us into a situation where we must fix it. And I'd argue that that is the minimum of what we should expect, and frankly, it's the easiest of the four because we've reached a crisis point. We are at that point in a couple of situations already in our city, whether it be our sewer needs up north or our water filtration needs. We are in a mode where we have to fix the problem. It's much more difficult to prevent a problem from occurring than to fix it. And believe me, I've got plenty of experience in my own personal life with having to fix infrastructure needs. This house behind me, when I first bought it, had plenty of issues that needed to be fixed immediately, whether it was how water drained through our downspouts, whether it was the flooding that occurred in our basement, whether it was the leaky windows that impacted my utility bill month to month. Fixing that was financially painful, but the act of fixing it was relatively easy. It was calling up the appropriate professional people, bringing them on site, and getting the work accomplished. So again, let's not hold our city officials in acclaim because they fixed a problem. Let's prioritize on preventing problems from occurring in the first place. Second tenet of FLIP is listening. I would ask you, have you had a city council person knock on your door and listen to your concerns? Have you walked into a focus group and had an opportunity to voice your concerns to a city council person? Have you been able to sit down at a restaurant in our community and talk to your city council person? If you haven't, then there's a problem. That means our government is not listening to the citizens of our community. I have already met with over 50 of our city, county, and region leaders. I'm in the process of setting up focus groups to talk to youth, seniors, business leaders, government leaders, pastors. That should be an expectation of all city councilmen. You can go onto my website right now, scottmentzer.com, and fill out 2 surveys and tell me what creates joy for you in our community, and frankly, what bugs you. Investing. It's been said to me that cities should not speculate, that they should not spend money on the anticipation of something positive happening in the future. And I get that sentiment. Taxpayer money is precious. We should manage it in the most fiscally responsible way. But we are competing against other communities. We are competing against other states. We are competing against other nations to bring business to our community. If we truly want to build a better Bluffton, we will have to take some calculated risk. We will have to invest in some areas of our community to attract business, to attract employees, to attract our youth to stay in our community, and to attract residents to perhaps even come back to our community. Investing is something that you see communities around us doing all the time. Walk down to downtown Wabash, walk down to downtown Decatur. Look at what the city of Fort Wayne is doing to lay infrastructure and even buildings in place in anticipation of employers coming to their community. If we want to build a better Bluffton, investing needs to be a priority. We can't just wait for it to come to us. The final aspect of FLIP is producing, and it's really the culmination of the first 3, fixing, listening, and investing. And if we do those things well, we will produce results. We will produce a healthier and successful downtown. We will produce more jobs for our community. We will retain the jobs that are here, and we will provide our youth new education opportunities, new mentorship opportunities, and give them a reason to stay in Bluffton. Why am I so confident that we can produce results? That confidence comes from the results I've produced in my own business. Through the help of 2 other owners, we literally took the assets of a failed company that had filed for bankruptcy and have grown that to a 50 employee light manufacturing workforce. Since 2009, my company has been growing at 10% per year. Growth in this community is stagnant. And if we're going to compete for jobs and compete for workers, we're going to need a city council that can produce. Be sure to like our Facebook page. Leave your comments below. Check us out. We're out and about every day, meeting people, listening to people, getting their feedback. Leave us your feedback on our Facebook page.